Gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen, it is pertinent to mention that Commerce and Industry Correspondents Association of Nigeria deserves special commendation for being a dependable partner in progress over the years. We therefore urge them to continue with a good gesture to enable us to move the Commission forward for the overall growth of the Nigerian economy. Without wasting much time, I will go into the main paper, which intends to address, among other issues, fallout of some recent events, and to afford you the opportunity to receive true account of events at the Commission and put the record straight with respect to some recent erroneous online media reports. The press briefing starts with 2 years of Lady Azuka Azinge's stewardship as acting Registrar-General of Corporate Affairs Commission. Actually, this was not intended. I think it's just God that guided us, because the head of PA wanted this to be done on Monday. But Monday, Tuesday, we were at Transcorp for the Nigerian Economic Summit, as you all know. So I told him, why not move it to Wednesday? This was almost 2 weeks ago we were discussing this. I had no idea that today was 9th. But today is 9th. I took over on the 9th of October 2017. So Lady Azuka Azinge took over the helms of affairs of the Commission as acting Registrar-General on 9th October 2017 upon the expiration of the tenure of the erstwhile Registrar-General, Mr. Bello Mahmood. Within the 2 years of my taking over, the Commission accomplished the following milestones. We settled the 2013 9% salary increment arrears that arose from a tripartite agreement between the Federal Ministry of Trade and Investment, CAC, and the Union of the Commission, which was a major cause of perennial and industrial unrest before I assumed office. We have cleared that whole amount. Complete decentralization of all state operations to ensure that state offices operate at par with the head office, and to enable customers pick up their certificates at any location of their choice. Full closure of manual registration nationwide and deployment of online real-time pre-registration service to all the state offices through the company registration portal to enable members of the public do the registration from the comfort of their homes or offices. Reorganization of departments and state offices for efficient service delivery. Removal of requirement for proficiency certificate in the registration of professional entities to encourage investors. Recognition and reward for high performance, in which 2 of our staff were promoted to their next level. That will give them a double promotion from where they were to the next level, because they had done something we considered was very innovative, because they helped to build the search engine we have, the name search engine we have in our websites, where you can go and search for any company before you even start registration, or when you want to transact with any company to know whether it's a registered entity. Faithful implementation of the Presidential Executive Order on ease of doing business and other relevant reforms. Introduce functional external and internal communication, that is, functional websites, periodic circulars, and so on and so forth. We deepen communication with stakeholders and the general public through periodic customers forum, public sensitization, open market campaign, and other forms of public engagement. Ensure the Commission's consistent participation in the nationwide micro, small, and medium enterprises clinics under the office of the Vice President. We successfully implemented the Business Incentive Strategy (BIS), under which cost of registration of business name was reduced by 50% to enable MSMEs formalize their businesses. A total of 244 1,428 businesses were registered during the 9-month period. Facilitated the passage of the Companies and Allied Matters Amendment Bill 2019 by the Senate and the House of Representatives. The bill is awaiting presidential assent. Enhance functional help desk to boost quality of service to customers and the general public. It also includes emails which we receive and respond to. Restore full industrial harmony between the union and management, thereby leading to increased productivity. Gradual payment of pension arrears which had been pending before we took over. Introduce the computer-based test for conduct of promotion examination to ensure prompt release of results and enhance transparency and integrity in the process. Organized a top management retreat on strategic planning for the first time to reposition the Commission towards operational excellence. Introduce sustainability management principles and successfully keyed into sustainability development agenda of the federal government and consequently incorporated same into our operations. Sustain conformity with the quality management system, the QMS, throughout the year 2018 upon transition from the NIS ISO 9001-2008, which is the latest that was given to the Commission, the latest standard given to the Commission, and then in 2017 the new quality management system was given to us. We maintained the one we had, which culminated into our getting the latest version. Review and publication of operational guidelines and checklists on the Commission's website. We wanted to ensure there was absolute transparency so that members of the public will know how much the cost of registering businesses and other transactions, and also what are required of them by the Commission to reduce the delays in the registration process. Partial automation of post-incorporation application from state offices through email to reduce turnaround time and cost of transportation through courier services. Consolidation of incorporation forms into one CAC 1.1, which simplified registration for customers and also saves costs. The foregoing and other reforms ensured that Nigeria made significant progress in the ease of doing business index in 2017 and 2018. The reforms also earned the Commission several outstanding awards as follows. Award of Best Performing Ministry, Department and Agency by the Presidential Enabling Business Environment Council, that's the PEBEC, called Distinguished 2017 PEBEC Impact Award. We received that on the 11th of December 2017. Best Agency for Ease of Doing Business in Nigeria, National Information Technology Development Agency. We also received that on the 9th of November 2017. Best MDA Compliance to Information Technology Clearance Policy for year 2017, NIGDA, also in November. Most Innovative Use of Technology Team of the Year Award, we received that last November 2018. Then the Academy for Enterprise Studies also gave us Government Parastatal of the Year Award 2018. Okay, 2017, but we received it earlier this year. Star Agency for National Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, MSMEs Clinic for Viable Enterprise by the Vice President and initiator of the MSME clinics. We received that December 2017. Award for Digital Innovation in Federal Government category for 2019 by the Nigerian Internet Registration Association, July 5th July 2019. World Bank Doing Business Ranking Award 2019. award for outstanding support for development of MSMEs in 2019. This was given to us on the 1st of August 2019 at the Villa by the Vice President. In spite of these numerous milestones and achievements outlined above, and many others too numerous to mention, some individuals and their sponsors have authored several petitions against me and the Commission to several agencies, including the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment. And rather than wait for the outcome of these petitions, they apparently resorted to media trial on the same issues as evidenced by the articles that were published in the Nigerian Lawyer.com on 25th of September and newsdigest.org/news on the 24th of September 2019. For the avoidance of doubt, we wish to state the correct position on the various issues and put the record straight as follows. Composition of committees in the Commission. Rule 2.14 and 2.15 for the Commission's condition of service provides for the Central Disciplinary Committee and the Examination Committee. There are, however, several other operational committees such as Procurement Committee, Budget Committee, Sports Committee, Anti-Corruption Committee, Sustainability, Finance Committee, Industrial Relations Committee, Sports Committee, and so that are filled by members of staff from different parts of the country and departments. The members of the Examination Committee and the Central Disciplinary Committee, which an issue was made out of thereof, as not reflecting federal character, are drawn from different parts of the country. The biodata of members of the committee are available at the Human Resource Department for confirmation. The Examination Committee was reconstituted in response to stringent demand by the Union of the Commission. It should be noted that in the respect of Mr. A.J. Abubakar and our Director of Finance, the Union had, by their letter on 17/6/2017, demanded that the deal be removed from the Examination Committee. The demand letter turned to total disbandment of the committee. Curiously, the demand is now being made for the inclusion of the same names earlier rejected. Generally, the composition of committees and the examination and disciplinary committees in particular, in addition to functional representation, require that persons of proven integrity are nominated into those committees to provide exemplary leadership. Nomination into these committees, therefore, take due cognizance of knowledge, skill, character, integrity, and trust. It is improper for anyone or group to dictate to management who and who should be members of any specific committee. It is also false claim that the two committees do not reflect federal character. The issue of federal character is just being invoked to whip up sentiments and sow seeds of discord between the management and staff. We believe the issue is also being raised to cast aspersion on the integrity of the management. Upgrade of the company's registration portal. The company's registration portal is a software that drives the operations of the Commission. The vendors of the software, Messrs. Oasis Nigeria Limited, was engaged by the Commission in 2014 upon the approval of the Federal Executive Council. This was 3 years before I assumed office. The management had decided on infrastructure upgrade to certain operational processes in two major areas. One, e-certificate and certified true copies. This was an upgrade of pre-incorporation process designed to enable customers to print certificates and CTCs of file documents from their ends. The upgrade, as originally designed, was aimed at doing away with physical contact with the Commission or the Federal Inland Revenue Service in the registration process. The initiative was to ensure improved efficiency, provide greater customer experience, and further ease doing business. The desired objective was not realized, and the Commission had to revert to status quo. Deployment. The second one is deployment of the online post-incorporation models. All post-incorporation applications are currently partially automated. 7 high-volume post-incorporation processes were deployed on the 2019. The deployment was aimed to enhance operational efficiency, save the cost for both the organization and customers, and also promote ease of doing business. Pre- and post-incorporation processes were already ongoing process for which payments were made on the Treasury Single Account as the TSC rather platform through the remitter. It is difficult to see how an upgrade of existing process that had established mode of payment could result into siphoning money when the mode of payment itself did not change. The allegation that CRP upgrade was aimed at siphoning money is not only patently false but illogical. It is a mischievous smear campaign against my person. We await proof of this allegation by the authors. Contract appointment of Mr. Odegbe, which is also another issue that was raised. The offer of contract appointment to Mr. Odegbe was made pursuant to Rule 3.05D of the Commission's Conditions of Service, which provides for such appointment. It was duly approved by the Commission's Board as required by Clause 3.02 of the Conditions of Service. It is difficult to ascribe bias to a collective decision of the Board with membership drawn from different parts of the country. The contract appointment was not premised on his indispensability or any other consideration, but rather to ensure that the high standard and effectiveness of the Board Secretariat was preserved. It was also to ensure that he mentors other officers to take over from him at the end of the contract period. Mr. Anthony Udegbe was offered a fresh appointment when he joined the Commission in 1991. There was no transfer of service for any staff then. The Commission itself is not up to 30 years. The allegation of working for 38 years in CAC is consequently baseless and clearly mischievous. The allegation that 2 other staff of the Commission, viz. Jamilu Nalado and Aminu Abubakar, asked for similar treatment but were denied is also false. The 2 mentioned staff never asked for contract appointment prior to their retirement. One only lobbied for special consideration for promotion, which was not sustained. Their subsequent belated requests for contract appointment were instigated to create false impression of discrimination by management in handling these issues. Acting Head of Public Affairs Department, Mr. Moses Adagaso, a Deputy Director and Legal Practitioner of 30 years standing at the bar, was deployed to the Public Affairs Department in July 2017 by the former Registrar-General because of his belief that the staff as an author, senior editor of the Nigerian Weekly Law Reports, Nigerian Banking Law Report, and several others, bar and bench publishers, and several reputable law reports could add value to the work of that department. He being the most senior officer when the acting head of the Public Affairs Department, Mr. Godfrey Ike, retired from service in May 2019, became acting head of the Public Affairs. His position is as a result of seniority and merit. There is no statutory provision that we know of, itself which discriminates or criminalizes such succession based on seniority. It's a practice in the public service. This allegation and publication is also a subtle attempt to determine which staff should be posted to which department without due regard to merit, competence, and seniority. The acting Registrar-General's remuneration by a letter dated 28th September 2017, issued by the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment and signed by Mr. O. Ogeni, the acting permanent secretary for the Honorable Minister, Lady Azuka Azinge was appointed as acting Registrar-General with effect from 9th October 2017. The post of acting Registrar-General qualifies her as an officer of the Commission within the meaning of Rule 6.06 of the Commission's Conditions of Service to earn acting allowance if she acts at a higher position for 30 days or more. It was based on the belief that the acting RG is an officer of the Commission that the board on the 8th and 9th February 2019 considered an approved payment of acting allowance to her. The board's decision was informed by the fact that Rule 6.6 mentioned above did not provide details as to what constitutes acting allowance. As a matter of fact, the board at its 74th meeting approved the acting allowances only, which excludes salary. Consequently, I am still earning the salary of a director. From the foregoing, it is therefore not true that the board upgraded my status from overseeing director to that of acting Registrar-General, as erroneously reported in the press, as her letter of appointment was explicit and crystal clear on the status of her appointment as acting Registrar-General. It is also not correct to say that the matter was presented to the board twice, or that the board excepts on the matter were presented to His Excellency Prince Dapo Abiodun, the then chairman of the board, and he declined to sign the excepts for the reason that the matter was never on the agenda. The chairman of the board does not sign excepts. It is rather minutes of meetings approved at subsequent meetings that are signed by the chairman and secretary, respectively. The media reportage on this matter was deliberate fabrication to portray false recalcitrant. We believe the media campaign a blatant attempt to distract the acting Registrar-General and the management team from the excellent job that they have been doing in the Commission, which has significantly contributed to Nigeria's ranking on the Global Ease of Doing Business Index, as conspicuously acknowledged and honored locally and internationally. Finally, we submit that all the allegations contained in the several petitions dished out to different agencies which were published in the media are baseless. We wish to stress that the acting Registrar-General and the management of CAC remain committed to the reform agenda of the President Muhammadu Buhari administration to take Nigeria to the next level. Thank you very much.